So 4 years ago, I posted my first and only beard video of how I take care of my beard and how long it was. Now at the time, and I'll put the link down in the description. I thought at the time that I really had a really long beard, but now when I look at it, like this is way longer than I thought it would have gotten. But in a minute here, I will pretty much show you how long it's gotten, or close to how long it's gotten, and how I maintain it. So I won't be doing anything fancy, but there are about 3 things I use in my beard. So first one is just good old peppermint essential oil. I got this from YouTube. It helps with the itching, and it also kind of, I don't know, I guess it gives me a nice feeling to the roots. I don't know if you have any kind of itching or something. And apparently it's supposed to like have some kind of antibacterial properties. I know tea tree oil does, but there's some people, I don't know, I don't think there's a scientific consensus on it. Don't quote me on that. The next thing I use, or actually it's 4 ingredients, think about it. And then there's this. I recently discovered that before I used to use water. It wasn't very moisturizing and I would have a lot of breakage. Now I have maybe 0. I also use regular biotin. They say it reduces shedding. I'm not really sure if it does, because sometimes I still get shedding, but hey. So maybe it works. I don't know. Now, I don't tend to put oil in it when I'm about to blow it out. Now, listen, if you have too textured beard or you have a lot of curls, unless you know that your roots are very strong, do not comb it a lot, because all your beard is going to look like this part down here. So I don't really comb mine. I'll brush it if it starts getting matted like here. But sometimes I really don't care, because it all kind of just comes into one anyway. I have low porosity beard, so I have to add heat in order to make sure the oils take. And I do that maybe once a week. Let me plug this in real quick. Make sure your comb is really big. You can use a pick if you want, depending on your hair. As I said, as time goes on, you'll learn what works for you and what doesn't. So here we go. Now, usually, if I'm doing something elaborate, like I'm going out and I need all the attention on my beard, I will use rubber bands to partition off parts of it to make each section straight or close to. But now I'm not doing that. I'm just doing regular maintenance. So. Now remember, make sure it is low heat. If you use high heat, get some kind of a heat protectant before you do that. Or maybe if you do it one time, just don't do it for a couple months, because you're going to see the difference. It may not break, but you have a lot of split ends. Or the hair itself, the integrity just won't look good. And no matter how you moisturize, it's just not really going to take. So be careful with the high heat. I use a very low heat, maybe twice a week or something. But I tend not to, it's always oily because I put a lot of oil in it. But when I'm about to do that, I use a water-based moisturizer. That's a brown bottle that I showed earlier. This thing, it's water-based. So I use that. And I use it daily as well. So one of the questions I get is, how do you maintain it? How do you eat? How do you go to bed? Well, this is the thing. Before I go to bed, I always moisturize and I put in a protective style, which I'm about to do in a minute. This is coconut oil. Now, I used to use unscented from Walmart, but I got this one. I didn't know it was scented, but it's fine. I like the smell. It smells very delicious, actually. So yeah, so now I seal in the moisture. So there's always going to still be some of that water-based moisturizer because it has other additives to it that makes it a little silky, which is fine. I don't perfectly dry it out. I just do it to kind of straighten it a little bit. Now, this is not the real length of my beard. As I said, if I was going somewhere special and I wanted all the attention on it, I would have put this in the part and I would blow out here because the under here is very long, but it's super curly. So I would have done that, and it usually gets to the ace. It usually gets there, but it's very hard to manage when it's that length because then you're eating, it goes in the food, it goes all over the place. So, you know, as it gets longer, oh yeah, I use coconut oil on my skin. As it gets longer, I tend to do more protective style. So let me show you what I do. So I use one of these. I have a ton of these things. And I just make sure I kind of, oh, and by the way, if you can keep it as stretched out as possible, it reduces the need for you to constantly be combing and brushing it every day. If you notice, I have not brushed it at all. I just use my fingers. As I said, unless you're someone that is, I don't know, maybe in a relationship and your partner or girlfriend or whatever it is likes to stroke it, that's fine. They might need to comb it, but for me, I tell people, touch it with your eyes. Do not touch my beard. You would not like me touching private parts or touching your hair, so let's not do that. So I do this. And that's my baby right there, and the rest of it, I just oil myself. I may or may not put products in the comment section, in the description. This is one of my first videos, and I don't really know too much about anything. And by the way, if you notice, if you look, check out my older video, I do not look anything like this, and it's only been 4 years, so I can only imagine what I'll look like in the next 5. Anyway, let me know what you want to know in the comment section, and you have a great day.